I had to weigh in. I had to weigh in on this Akothee wedding because it was trending. It was in our faces. So it would be hypocritical of you to put such a thing in our faces so much and for us not to comment. And I'll try to be classy. I won't because I've analyzed. Like I have groups where we do serious politics analysis, crunching the numbers and everything. That wedding did not make it there in those serious intellectual groups. Now, the semi serious ones, the ones where we meet socially and whatever, even there where we dump all the garbage that we see, all the comedy, everything, the context with which the content was discussed there, it was very, I cannot even share that because it would be violence, violence on epic proportions. But I'll just talk about the wider picture and what we see here as the ordinary with the naked eye. Is that me? I did not see a wedding. I saw a funeral. I saw a funeral of the pop culture, which has been prevalent, especially by Instagrammers. I'm seeing their funeral as regards to their relevance in the current context, in the discourse, as regards to status of state of our economy, state of our living. I saw it in real time. I saw their funeral in real time because you all don't understand that we are in something astrologists they are calling the age of the Aquarius, the age of the enlightenment. And you can see a lot of things are happening and people are questioning, things that we never expected to see or hear. You can see schools, students are questioning their teachers, historical injustices. They are going back and saying this teacher X, Y, and Z. And this is it. This is the age of the enlightenment. So what I saw in that Akothee's funeral was a bunch of people struggling to remain relevant in a very dynamic and perilous times. We are at a crossroads in many things, in our politics, in our living, in the global geopolitical stratosphere. We are seeing the dollar being challenged in real time. So it's not just limited to Kenya. Things are changing around the world. So what I saw was this group who have been dominant within this space, controlling, being relevant with the corporates and whatever. And I saw them struggling to remain etched in people's memories. And so they have to embark on ridiculous shenanigans every so often. I think there's one influencer who has to dress like a woman just to drive his ratings and whatever interactions on his social media pages up. So what I saw was a funeral. I didn't see a wedding. The wedding was there, of course, for the show, but what I saw was people struggling to remain relevant. Of course, our corporates are headed by juvenile nincompoops, so they will keep them afloat with their gigs and whatever for a couple more seasons. Let's call them football seasons. But this is we are looking at the end of the career. It's almost, and it happens even to footballers. Ronaldo now is playing in Middle East. Marcelo is playing in Brazil in Fluminense. So it happens. But what I'm seeing is the denial, and so you have to embark on such a shenanigan to remain relevant. But it's not, the problem is not you, it's not your content, it's the people. The people now aspire for intellectual discourse, intellectual conversations. They feel that they need to associate with people who are discussing things that are relevant to them. Now, those ostentatious displays, those outlandish displays of materialism, and I can't call it wealth because the wealthy people don't. The wealthy people in Kenya, especially, they lay low because they know most of them have acquired their wealth through unscrupulous means. They are those who stole the land meant for Mau Mau people. They don't go showing off their wealth because we are going to ask them, who the fuck are you? Why are you? There was this time Uhuru's kids went to B Club. If you remember, there was a day they spent like 3 million shillings in 5 hours. They were just that machine which throws 100 bobs and champagne. They were popping it. And because of that, their credit cards were withdrawn and they were told, wait, but you guys, you can do it, but don't do it in Kenya. Don't do it in Nairobi where the peasants we stole from are there. You go to a place like Monaco. In Monaco, they have spent 5-10 billion. Nobody will have a problem. So it's the same. So there was no display of wealth there. It was materialism. It was a fading pop culture. And it's not just dying in Kenya. In America now, the Kardashians, especially after the Balenciaga scandal, everyone doesn't have time for them. Of course, they have their loyal, sycophantic followers who love whatever, but the vast majority, because at some point these people would, even Jay-Z now and Beyonce are struggling to remain relevant across channels because they've shafted so many people on their way up. Now is when people have platforms to discuss and to say, yo, this guy didn't pay us for the job that we're doing, whatever. Huh? I was watching Beanie Siegel. I loved their song, Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel, man. Huh? It's called Ignorant Shit, man. Just check it out. That's like, especially Beanie's bars there were just amazing. So I was watching Beanie say Jay-Z is an asshole. So it's not happening just in Kenya. It's happening around the world. There's a global wave of consciousness. And you are there. And now that you have to revert to such theatrics, such antics, it only reinforces the fact that you truly, the relevance is fading. But of course, you have to do that because there are people who still believe that that's how to do it. You know, you can't just be there just flaunting money. A cabinet minister just putting a lot of money, and this minister is not an inventor, is not an innovator, she's not an industrialist. Where the fuck is she getting that money? Aisha Juma, you have to tell us where you got that money. We know your salaries, we know everything. You have to tell us where you got that money to be able to flaunt it like that. You can't be flaunting it like that and expect us not to. And now what we are seeing is now these people, we are questioning this dichotomy, this unholy fellowship between politicians and these pop culture degenerates. We are questioning it because it does not make sense. One needs the other. You need the other. Is there? You need the other to survive. And so, if the politicians are falling, then the people who have been maintaining their dominance, the people who have been promoting their depravity and mental impotence, they are equally bound to fall together with them. That's the cycle of life. So that's what I saw yesterday. I saw, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. That's what I saw. I saw a bunch of pop culture degenerates struggling for relevance, struggling for attention, which is not coming. And the people, all the criticism, I don't even want to even post any screenshot here because it was murder. It was murder. There is a guy who said Akothee was the groom. I mean, I was dying. Guys, you have no chill. So please, that's all I saw. I saw a funeral of the pop culture and all these other degenerates who have been latching onto that wave of Instagram influencers and that lifestyle and vanity, pushers and peddlers of vanity. I just saw it collapsing in real time, and it was amazing to see, man. It was glorious to see, man. May that culture and the people who have pushed it rest in peace.